Hello, welcome to this tropical update for the Western Pacific and parts of Asia and the Indian Ocean. So let's see what's happening. We have recently formed Tropical Depression 11 there, and then still Tropical Depression Gondwai lingering near North Korea and the Sea of Japan. So let's see. There's still, it's shown as remnants here now. Remnant low of Guandai. And there's the new tropical depression there, 11W, forecast to strengthen into a typhoon later by Monday. So let's see, and this could try to threaten Japan again later. So we'll have to watch this. But let's see, here's a satellite image of tropical depression 11. And let's see, the official track is this. It kind of strengthening and reaching like typhoon strength in the middle of the Pacific, right before Japan there. So let's see, the some global and hurricane models take this towards Japan basically, and some GFS ensembles, practically all of the ensembles take it towards Japan except one or two that curve it before there, but most go towards Japan and some goes like very strong, and some Canadian ensembles 90% go towards Japan, but some still stay out in the Pacific and curve there. So let's see some models. Let's see some hurricane models for this to see what strength they are like showing. So let's see what happens. This is the HWARF, the hurricane model. It takes it there, slowly strengthening into a tropical storm maybe by Friday, and then it keeps going, passes some islands there, so be aware. Let's see, then strengthens into a typhoon later by Sunday, the 25th, and keeps going there and strengthening. Then the HRF also has a heading towards Japan, like south central Japan. Tokyo's a little bit further north, but like south central Japan. There's a very strong typhoon, like almost violent typhoon, 941 millibars. That's very strong. So that's the HRF, but the HRF is usually the strongest model. So let's see what the other more conservative models are thinking. So this is the HEFS A hurricane model. It takes this there, strengthens into a tropical storm by like Friday, and then eventually, let's see, eventually a typhoon by Sunday. And then it keeps going there, strength 926 millibars. So would be like a category 5 hurricane. So this would be like a super typhoon if this happens, but still it's far from Japan there. But let's see this model, but a wide view. So this will be by August 26. Will be like a super typhoon there, heading towards Japan. It might weaken a little bit, but or it might not. But you probably weaken a tiny bit before it gets there. But let's see what the GFS thinks about this. So this model run, let's see, 60. Wait, let's see. Wait. Here, so this is the European. It's still weak then, and then it strengthens to a tropical storm likely by Thursday night or Friday, and then it keeps going there as a typhoon, and but this is the only run the 60s, so there's no other runs here. Let's see if the GFS is working. So there's now it is. So it strengthens into a typhoon by like Saturday or Sunday the 25th, and then it goes towards Japan as a 960 millibar typhoon, 949 approaching there, but it weakens a little bit. So that will be like a violent typhoon or very strong typhoon hitting those southern and south central areas of Japan there. So if this happens, it will be very troubling there. but the hurricane models are even stronger than the GFS. So let's see what else regions here. Western Pacific, so this is the Canadian. There's the new system, it goes there, heads towards Japan, and the Canadian has this as like category 2, category 3 typhoon, like very strong typhoon only, scrapes eastern Japan and Tokyo, and goes out there. So that's the Canadian. The icon has, let's see, has a farm there, passes through some southern islands of Japan there, and like it goes, but the icon has a curve in just east of Japan and hitting those islands of Russia there, so it doesn't have its strike in Japan. And the European further out in time, the 0Z, it has going there, affecting the Izu Islands of Japan. Then it only strengthens like to a moderate tropical storm, so like all the models are showing like very strong typhoon. The Europeans still showing only a moderate tropical storm, so I think the Europeans still has some catching up to do because I think this will strengthen more than that. So let's see what might happen. So the GFS. So as this goes there, this is the 24-hour accumulated precipitation. So it goes as it passes through Japan by Wednesday, the 28th, might leave around 150 to 175 millimeters of rain in those south central areas of Japan, and some areas in yellow, like almost 200, even more. And then it goes, it leaves there, and still some rain left in some areas later. And then, yes, so let's see the total accumulated precipitation. So that was 24 hours. Let's see. The total, it has it there, going towards Japan. It has around those yellows are like are almost 300 millimeters, those yellows. But we'll check a better map soon. But stay safe there. Let's see and keep monitoring this. And since there's still some days to prepare, use this time to make preparations in those areas, get what you need to stay safe, and warn some friends and family that you know in those areas. And and yeah, and sorry that I don't speak Japanese, but if you do, you can translate this information for them to help them stay safe. So let's see here. And after this system, the GFS has another system forming like near the South China Sea, heading to southern China there. Even a small system near Japan later. It has a bigger system soaring just east of Taiwan by September 4th there, going to China. So the GFS has a lot of stuff going on, and we will monitor. So let's see now the the Indian Ocean, if there's something important. That season the south kind of gave up. You turn into a front there and maybe leave some rain near Mauritius, but nothing crazy. And then there's still those low pressures in India, Bangladesh, dumping all those tremendous rainfall. And then it even has some low pressures later by September 3rd there, but they don't really develop into anything crazy. Just some rainmakers there. The European model doesn't have anything crazy too, just that low pressure near India bringing some heavy rains there and in Bangladesh and those other areas. So then later by August 26th there's more heavy rain in western India there, approaching like Pakistan, maybe trying to do something in the ocean like a tropical storm there. It shows just south of Iran in the Arabian Sea, but we'll keep monitoring that. And in the south, that area turns into a front. It might leave some rain those islands there, but nothing crazy. So the crazy thing is the dangerous rainfall and the flooding. So I heard reports of some casualties already in the flooding in Bangladesh and northeastern India. So continue to be careful there. There's still huge amounts of rain and thunderstorms in Bangladesh, Myanmar, and in all those areas there. Even more later, like Sunday, has this big low pressure there with heavy rain in all those areas, including western India, might have very heavy rain. So let's check the rainfall accumulation from all of the models here. to see, so this until Monday the 26th. So until, let's just see closer range. So if I put this like until Friday, there's already more heavy rain northeastern India, southern Nepal, some heavier spots there, and southern western India, more storms in central India there, and regular thunderstorms in Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, more southern Vietnam, more heavy rain in Laos, northern Vietnam. And then if I put this to Sunday, the 26th, it increases a lot because it's the accumulation over a 4-day period, but it might be too much to handle because it's a lot. So let's see, in Myanmar, shows more than 165 millimeters, 170, even to 200 millimeters in parts of western Myanmar. A lot of heavy rain near the coast because of those low pressure systems. So please be careful. Might be flooding, landslides, and lightning and stuff. So please be careful. Around eastern Myanmar, more heavy rain spots as well. Southern China there, along with northern Laos and northern Vietnam, more than 100 millimeters. So please be careful there. Northeastern India, still some areas more than 100 millimeters. Northeastern Bangladesh, so please be careful there. Still, the ground might be saturated, alright? And all those greens and blues are like 60, 80, 40 millimeters. So those might include thunderstorms too. Some might be heavy, so just be careful in all of those areas. Southern Bangladesh along the coast might have more heavy rain along the coast because of the low pressure systems. Southern Bangladesh, so be careful. Some areas more than 100 millimeters, and then into eastern India, it has close to 100 millimeters, even more in many areas. Let's see. So especially in very close to Bangladesh there, at Nepal, southern Nepal, more heavy rain there. Let's see, for some mountains there too, maybe some thunderstorms. Be careful with mudslides and stuff in the mountains. Then the next 5 days it has a lot in western coast of India because of that low pressure spinning there. So be careful, more heavy rain there. 76 millimeters in Mumbai, and some might be heavy, and heavier in the south there. So let's see, but there's this low pressure developing going to western India. Will leave a lot of storms in central India the next 5 days, especially central northwestern India, central western India. More than 150 millimeters, 200 in much of those areas there. So please be careful that there might be some very heavy rainstorms with lightning, some strong winds, and some flash flooding. So please be careful there, those areas of India. A little bit more rain further north, so some in Pakistan, a little bit in Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, but nothing big. And then let's see. Later, it rises, it gets even higher there as this low pressure moves more through western India and goes towards southern Bangladesh, southern Pakistan there by like the 28th and 29th. So stay safe. Let's see. So the GFS in the next 4 days and 22 hours, it also has a lot in western India, central western India, more than 150 millimeters. Much of those areas, it has Mumbai, more than 140 millimeters, a lot through the western coast of India too. So please be careful there. And it has a lot in northwestern Myanmar, more than 300 millimeters from those low pressures spinning in the coast, bringing a lot of rain. And then southern Bangladesh has a lot, or there's a Bangladesh, more northeastern India, Bhutan, parts of Nepal, heavy as well. So please be careful there. More thunderstorms and rain through Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam. Be careful there during thunderstorms and rain, but nothing extraordinary. Let's see, in Sumatra it has more heavy rain, parts of Sumatra there. And then let's see, Malaysia, still some more rain around Malaysia, might be heavy at times. And Indonesia, some other islands there. Western Guinea and Papua New Guinea has a lot of heavy rain there. Be careful. Some around the northernmost Mariana Islands and Ogasawara there. It's part of Japan, I think. Those islands of Japan because of the tropical cyclone coming there. More than 135 millimeters there. So please be careful. And the icon, it has A lot of rain through central western India as well, more than 300 millimeters, 100 around Mumbai, more along the west coast, so please stay safe there. More northeastern India, Bangladesh, so some spots more than 100. Eastern India, so yeah, even around southern China, Myanmar, it has a lot. So let's switch back to the European and see here the rest. So around eastern China, expect more rain, some storms. Taiwan there too. And northern China, let's see some more around North Korea because of the remnants of that tropical storm. So might be heavy there. In southern Russia, northernmost China, be aware there. Might be some more heavy rain. Let's see, rain the next 5 days. More than 100 millimeters in northern Japan, some areas because of some passing systems. 54 millimeters, might be more rain there. More rain for central Japan there, 7 millimeters in Tokyo. Very little, but more rain central Japan, 35, 40 millimeters. And as this tropical system comes, let's see, until the 30th, the European has more than 200 millimeters in those south central areas of Japan, around those islands there, Nagoya, Matsukaka, Shingu. So please be careful. The typhoon will be around those areas there. So more than 150 millimeters. The GFS has more than 193 millimeters, 200 millimeters there, 121 millimeters. So stay safe. Let's see. The icon doesn't go that far out in time, but we'll keep monitoring for updates. But please stay safe there. There's still some days before it hits, but please make preparations. This is the wind gust from the GFS. It goes there. It depends on the strength of this. If it's a violent typhoon, it will be stronger than this. If it's a very strong typhoon, it will be somewhat like this. But it shows some 80 miles per hour wind, 70 miles per hour. But I think you use kilometers per hour. So let's see here. So around 116 kilometers per hour by Tuesday the 27th, 130 kilometers per hour. So please be careful. There might be some damaging winds and storm surge and very high surf and storm surge. So please be careful there. The GFS has around, let's see, some 31-foot waves as this makes landfall, but if it's weaker it will be less, and if it's stronger it will be more, but we don't know yet. It has around 9-meter waves. The European is just a tropical storm, so it only has 2-meter waves, so the European is a big difference. And the icon doesn't have waves, so yeah, so stay safe from the heavy rains and everything, and keep monitoring this typhoon in Japan there, and make some preparations.